I would literally walk here. That is 20 miles. I used to walk here almost every day just to hang out and be with my friends and not be with my family. It was not a good relationship. I'm just gonna put it that way. We are not a party house. That's it. You can come hang out. We're cool. We're not bad people. We're just different. We're fucked up. We're weird. And we have reasons that we're weird. And you know what? I'm sure you got reasons that you're weird. So why you gotta judge us? Don't. Just come see for yourself, man. Come to a show.
If it wasn't for Disastr House, I'd probably be dead, to be honest. I'd probably be on the streets, a drug addict.
The D House is a community because we are tired of being alone. No one should feel alone in the world.
You know that there's always somebody here and available that's going to have your back and going to accept you. And not a lot of people have that.
Whenever you need food, there's food there. There's an apocalypse cabinet just filled with cans from years of just stacking up,
We just want to better the community. I mean, it's kind of I don't know, this is kind of a poorer area of town, Not everybody has everything they need. So we try to do what we can.
It's an opportunity. That's the easiest way to put it. Disastr House is an opportunity. Some people might not see it that way, but that means you're not looking.
We want to help everybody out, if we can. And sorry about the language, sorry about the drinking, sorry about the drug use, if there is any. But it is what it is, and we're not trying to hurt anybody.
But some people can see us for, the things that we're actually doing good, giving 15, 16-year-olds in a rough neighborhood a positive place to go, or, putting hundreds of hours in building community gardens,
We're going to be a positive force in the community. And then we started the community garden across the street, too.
Have you found one yet? I found two. You're just reminding me of Charlie Brown right now.
The first garden that we did is Garden of Glory, and it's across the street from the original Disastr House. And we took old refrigerators that we found lying around just in empty lots, and we stripped the doors off of them and turned them into planting boxes for herbs.
There's one right on the other side here. I see people go over there all the time and just pick what they need, take it home, make dinner.
There's about 5 gardens out there, and I see neighborhood people just picking the vegetables and whatnot out of the gardens.
A lot of people come up to me in the garden and they ask me, well, what are you growing? And the answer out of my mouth is always, I'm growing community, I'm trying to make something happen here.
There's a lot of violence, in the general area and gang activity. And for the most part, they pretty much leave us alone because we're the ones, growing vegetables and whatnot that their aunts come and pick. Their family respects us. They know to pretty much leave us alone, because that's where that deep fried okra came from.
Love me, love me, love me, Ryan. Hold me tight. I said, hold me tight. I know that we'll be falling down. I know tears will be coming down.
This house has been good to me. There's always been some kind of sunshine every day. The best thing that I absolutely love about this place is not so much the originality, but the expression. And expression of ideas, thoughts, fantasies, and that's why I'm an artist.
Tears will be coming down. I know
First time I played Disastr House, I was 12. Whoa, man. Time flies when you're having fun.
I love music. I love art. Anything can be art, dude. Like, you know, like this is a fucking perfect way of art, you know.
I was able to book like Pat the Bunny and Ghost Mice and Days and Days, which are like bands that I fucking loved when I was sitting in my mom's house in high school, and like I would have never had the opportunity to like meet some of my idols if not for Disastr House.
They were really supportive of what I was doing. The first show I played at Disastr House, it was a Halloween show. I like played 3 songs. It was all like, it was 3 covers, and in between each song I was having a panic attack, and everyone was just like, keep going, man, like it's fine, like, you know, like just some, and like there was a guy in a Frankenfruiter outfit, and he was like, just imagine I'm in my underwear, and yeah, he was in his underwear, so it was funny. Like,
what's important to me is just that contact that I get when like a new band comes around, and like I see them and they talk to me, you know, and we just exchange stories of like what's happened in our lives, you know. Just seeing them like go through this emotional state of like what happened in their life is fucking amazing, you know. And you can learn from that too.
We have art scene that we do every year, and we are the one house that does the guerrilla art every year during art scene, which is really nice. You know, we're the only house venue that does it. Everyone else is an art gallery or a bar or something like that, you know, and it's really nice to be able to let people who wouldn't have certain opportunities in other places, they have those opportunities here.
We believe in artwork. We believe in new and different things that make your mind expand. And it's not just a matter of drugs or anything like that. It's like if you see something that's fucking rad and it makes your head go, what? Makes you laugh. You know, the laughter is actually a nervous reaction. It's like something new and something different. It makes your body go, ha, ha. It's actually a nervous reaction. If I can fucking pull artwork out or say something that makes you do that, it's new and different, experimental. And that's, I'm sticking by that.
I mean, I can't say like anything about other, like the other venues in town being that supportive and like letting you play, like, and letting you jump on a show. Everyone else is really, you know, butthurt about time and, you know, and everything, and it's really, it's, you know, it's comforting here, and you know, you're not pressured into something.
Go back to yesterday with you.
People here love music and art, and you know, there's usually good conversations going around too, and you know, it's nice to see local music where you don't have to pay an arm and a leg to go see a band, you know. And also, like, there's a lot of bands that I've never heard of that I've seen here that I'm like, oh man, you guys are awesome.
I'm thankful that I just started playing again and singing, and it's definitely awesome that you have a house, that you have so many musicians here and so many people that can teach you how to play guitar or sing or anything like that because they have the experience under their belt.
We don't have a very big music scene in Rockford, and it's really nice for all the weirdos to come here and be able to sing about anything they want, make music however they want, you know, it's not bad.
Yeah, so this is a spoken word called Letter to a Friend. Hey man, it's been a while since we last talked, since you moved down to Chicago to do whatever the fuck you want. I would've wrote something sooner, but I didn't know what to say, because honestly I pushed this shit to the way back in my mind and just move on with my day. Let me just start by saying I appreciated your company. Those long talks we shared and that you knew you never had to lie to me. You're the only one real enough to come to me and say that my girl was no good for me and to send her on her way. It takes a lot to be real, especially when it comes to rough shit, like admitting you've got a problem but feeling powerless to stop it. I think we both realized I didn't say a lot back then. I should have, but I was too worried I'd piss you off, push you away, and lose a valuable friend. Plus, who am I to judge what you do with your free time? If you choose dope and crack to piss away your life. Unfortunately, I can say you're not the first friend I've lost to drugs, car crashes, and shitty jokes by God. It was weird, because maybe you were just the first one I possibly could stop. But I'm nobody's hero, and I don't know the right things to say. And shit, I'd say that puts us where we're at today. I'd ask you how you've been, but we both know the answer to that. You dipped out, passed on, but we can't just blame it on crack. It falls on your family and friends, the ones you needed most. But the ones that I really hope that are cursed with your ghost are those judges and jailers and pigs on the street that uphold this entire fucking system that allow this to be. And shit, man, you called me your comrade, and I know that's an exclusive group. So with love in my heart, I'll give you a last red fist salute. I hope in death you found that peace you never got in life. And for us on this side, we'll just stay strong, keep on, and keep fighting the good fight.
Police have another house on close watch. It's called the Disaster House, and despite its name, those who live there say they aren't harming the neighborhood. Nearly 2 years ago, a home on Winnebago Street was cited for offensive use of property after police say a party got extremely out of hand. The house then moved locations and now plays host to parties and concerts. Some neighbors say they don't mind the noise, while others are fed up with the makeshift venue, saying those who attend the get-togethers aren't respecting nearby properties.
And that fucking cameraman had a bulletproof vest on, too. I'm like, what is this? Fucking Balata refugee camp or something? This is the west side of Rockford. Give me a break, you know?
We're all humans. We're all in it to win it. We're all in it together. That's the way I look at it. And D House could represent that. I mean, we get a fucking few stubs and warts here and there, but pish, motherfucking posh.
There's definitely speculations that it's a party house or that it's a squatter house or something like that, but that's only because they've never been here and they've never truly spoken to someone who either lives here or who has been coming here.
They're scared. Most people that haven't been there don't want to step foot in there because of the stories that's been told.
Yeah, most outsiders think that we're just like hooligans, crazy white kids living in the ghetto, or druggies, mostly heroin addicts, which I don't understand for the life of me. Like, it's on the front steps.
It's ridiculous how many people have called me a heroin addict because I hang out at D House. And I haven't touched a needle in my life. The only needle that's been in my body is from doctor's office and donating plasma. You know? It sucks.
There's always going to be spectators and critics who just have their opinions. And, those are welcome too because it makes you want to fight harder to prove those opinions wrong.
That's kind of what Rockford is now. Rockford is Disaster House, Like, the two are married, Like, it's become an institution. But I hope we change something out of Rockford, And I hope all the space and all the time and effort I've given to the artists that come through here, that they don't just use that to do the same old thing, that they make their own sound, and that they make their own ideas,
Rockford, what do I think about Rockford? It could be better.
The way that Rockford is constructed, is constructed with segregationist engineering. It's constructed with apartheid engineering. So like Fairgrounds, that's like less than 2 blocks away from here, was built in like the 50s or 60s. You know, those look like prison shacks. You know, real high population densities. Where else did I see real high population densities? Oh, you know, the Middle East, refugee camps. You know, where are you going to get a lot of violence? You know, well, where you have 10 times as many people, that's where you're going to get as much of everything.
Rockford, Illinois, okay. It's like Chicago took a shit and then smeared it all the way back to Chicago. Seriously, I love this place, dude. It's so gangster. There's not very many people here. Was it like 250? 250,000 maybe? Yeah, it's a small town, but spread way out. And the bus system sucks. The only way to make money is sell crack or heroin or hustle shows like we do.
I can look at like a really sharp power structure like there is in Rockford, and if I can identify the top of that power structure and make those people's lives uncomfortable, then you're doing something as a check against power. You know, there needs to be some check and balance involved in there.
Due to the discrimination at the Rockford Rescue Mission, it is I've been banned because of my sexuality. And I met a friend of mine, and she told me about Disastr House and how they were very equal opportunists here.
You know, and Rockford's got a history of being racist in its schools. Rockford's got a history of being racist in its police force. Rockford has a history of being racist in its government. And it's like, when is the city going to come to the realization that it is corrupt?
When I was banned from the shelter, there was an incident with the male police officer who said that I was fortunate enough to be homeless. The Rockford homeless shelter that we have here is not at all, in any type of way, going to be corresponded to respecting your beliefs or who you are as a person, no matter your sexuality, your race, your age. I definitely think that sometimes you luck out and sometimes you don't when it comes to beliefs. I think we forget the big picture that that's still a man and a woman in a police uniform. So it's not actually the police, it's the people that are doing that behind that mask.
The opportunities that Disastr House presents are entirely different than any kind of government assistance can give you. It's like emotional and like, you know, just downright support as opposed to government assistance would be like financial support here and there. They can't really support you on like psychological needs.
If anybody's in danger, we always help out. If anybody's hungry, we feed them. If anybody needs a place to stay with a roof over their head, shit, Dougie, you know we got room for you.
Disastr House takes in people from all over, from all corners of the country and even Canada and Mexico. People have been showing up. We encourage them to help out in the community as well as, you know, the house, and while they're here, you know, we definitely give them a place to stay for a short while.
At Disastr House, we don't always have the capacity to provide social services. You know, I wish we had a social worker working full-time here. I'd give her an office. That's one of the old founders of the old scene, Sammy Clausen, who named Disastr House. She's a social worker now, and I'm like, I think she came to that just seeing what she saw in Rockford. You know, seeing the need for like adequate social services in our community.
It's just, you know, it keeps growing. You know, more people come in, more reincarnations happen, you know, more new people move in, people move out, you know, it's awesome. It'll change your life, and it's changed mine.
I started hitchhiking and hopping trains, but before I got very far, because I'm from Wisconsin, I ended up here at a show, and when I came here the first time, I was really lost, and they just took me in, and it really meant a lot to me. I was definitely having really hard times, and they opened my mind to a whole new world, and actually cared.
I am 2 years clean of crack cocaine. I'm not gonna put it all in Disaster House. It was me too, obviously, but my friends that stuck behind me and just made sure that I supported myself.
It helps me not be in my own mind. And I think that's a problem with a lot of people. They get so caught up in their own mind because they don't have somewhere like this where everyone's a family. It's helped me get a greater sense of family, which is really nice. I personally haven't really had that sense in my life. And having this place has helped me out with that. It's helped with my compassion. It's grown a lot since I've been coming here. You can't not have compassion for people when you're coming around here. It's what it is, Love is a wonderful thing, and this place helps it a lot.
And moving out at 17, I kind of lost a lot of the raising process, and then if I had done something besides moving to Disaster House after that, I probably wouldn't have become an actual person.
And everyone here works together for each other and for the whole city. Disaster House is home, and it's my family.
That was the worst noise I've ever heard.
Like I said, if he doesn't, I figured he would not.
If it wasn't for D-House, we would probably be homeless right now.
Yeah, there's no doubt we wouldn't.
I think I would either be dead or in Chicago living behind some bushes in Millennium Park. That's what I think I would do.
I feel a lot of people on the same level that are just as confused as I am, and the older I get, the more lost I am. And it's like nobody's afraid of it. Everybody's as confused as I am and doesn't know what's going to happen next, and we just kind of just lean on each other to just hope something happens next. And I don't know. I don't really know how to explain it. I don't know if there's words for it, but that's the best I can do. Look at my face. That's all I can say about that.
But really, I just want people like the norm. I want them to see what actually happens at a non-stereotypical punk house. I just want everyone to know that we are not drug addicts. We're losers, yeah. But we're just like, the fucking mayor. We're living our life. Maybe we collect cans for Steel Reserve, or, maybe we ask friends for cigarettes, but we're still fucking humans. We deserve to be on this planet, Doesn't matter what lifestyle you live.
Feel the wind blowing through my hair. It's good to be alive. Took a wrong turn to get me here. I'm lucky I survived. I walked a cracked and crooked road, a path I paved alone. Sold my soul for a sack of gold, lost my way back home. An angel on my shoulder said, "You're easily deceived." The devil whispering in my ear kept tugging on my sleeve. I lived the life of a wanted man as I crawled through hell and back again. I have to come out clean on the other end. There's a girl where the guilt still stings. She washed away my fears, stole her heart and her diamond rings, traded them for tears. Took the highway for western skies, a bandit on the run. Took the poison, paid the price, a wise guy playing dumb. I filled up all my days and nights with empty alibis. The only truth I ever told was that I'm prone to lie. If heaven waits, will they let me in when the judge and jury count my sins? I hope I come out clean on the other end. Clean on the other end.